Hi guys, welcome to our channel, and from today we are going to start our lecture series on PLSQL. This is lecture number 1, PLSQL lecture number 1. In this lecture we are going to learn about select and from statements. The select statement is used to determine from which column we have to select the data, and the from clause is used to determine from which table we have to select the data. Okay, so this is for the column and this is for the table. Apart from these two clauses, there are total 6 clauses in Oracle SQL. The clauses are select, from, where, group by, having, order by. In this lecture, we are going to focus on these two only, and we will further discuss these four in upcoming lectures. So, also these two are compulsory in any query. There is no query in which select and from is absent, and these four are optionals as per our requirement. Okay. Now please remember these 6 clauses in the order I have written them, because there is a syntax we have to follow, and if we don't write in the sequence I have written them, then the query will throw us a syntax error. Now let's jump to the screen and see select and from in more depth there. Let's see example here, the practical one for the select and from clauses. Let's get to our first example, that is select star from table. This is the table name we are taking. So here star means all. That means we have to fetch all the columns from table name tab $sign. Okay, and this semicolon tell us that the statement ends here. So let's now run this. When you go to this run statement, you can see there is a shortcut control plus enter, so you can use that too. So let's run the query. We got 50 rows and these are the columns. Now the table does not only contain 50 rows, it just fetches 50 because any table may have contained thousands of rows. So if it goes and fetch 1000 row, it would be very stressful for the CPU. So it just fetches 50 in one go. If you go and scroll it down, it will fetch you more and more. Okay, so it's not like it have just 50 rows. Now instead of star, if you want if you just don't want all rows but just the obj one, so let's write the obj and the hashtag. Now let's see what happen if we run the query. Here we can see we only got that one single column obj we have mentioned here, and if you want more than one column, we can do that too. Now let's just expand the table by clicking the plus sign right here. Okay, so here we can see the different fields. So if you want to, let's say the data obj, now we will give a comma in between and write again data obj and has. Now let's run the query again. See, we got two uh, columns right there. Okay, so let's just make it look better. It's now nice to understand, right? Now let's say if we want three columns, then we can simply drag and drop any column name here. Here we would choose object name, and we can see the column name just appears here by drag and drop. This will work as expected. It will give us three columns. So now if you want that let's create one new query, okay, but we won't write it down or type it down. We will just simply drag and drop here and select individual statement, apply. See, we got a new query without writing any or without pressing a single key. Isn't that easy? So let's run that too, and it give us the single column. What if we drag and drop the table name here? Let's do that too. Okay, first let's now let's drag and drop the table name, and here you can see we got all the names of columns, each and every column. We can use star instead, but by this drag and drop we got all the names of the columns. Okay, if we want just 5 columns, then we will simply select remaining and just backspace them. And please keep in mind that the column names must not end with this comma. Let's see what happen if we end the column name with the comma. See, there is a error says missing expression. So we just have to remove this, and let's run that again. See, we got our columns. So guys, that's all for select and from for now. See you in the next lecture.